Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Ash and today I'm doing a review for Roundguard on the Xbox consoles. Now this was released on the 13th of March 2020 and recently got a new update, and it's developed by Wonderbelly Games and it's published by the Quantum Astrophysicist Guild. That is a mouthful and a half to say. Now, the game is priced at £16.74, playable on Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S. And this is a weird combination that oddly works really well. So, I'm assuming by now you've all played Peggle, the sort of puzzle game where you shoot your sort of ball down and you hit all the pegs to clear them to finish the levels. This is Peggle if it was mixed with a roguelike. So basically, you're working your way through Castle Springbottom, through multiple like dungeon crawling levels, playing as one of three heroes. And basically, instead of the pegs in Peggle, there are monsters, there are gold, there's health, there's mana, there's all that sort of cool and awesome things to dig your teeth into. Now, you get a choice of different heroes. Each one has slightly different stats as well as abilities that you can unlock. And I honestly wasn't expecting to enjoy this, but I absolutely did. Now, when it first came out, some of the criticism was there wasn't enough variation to the monsters and stuff like that. However, with the free update, which came out in May, called the Encore 2.0 update, which was the fourth update it's had since release, so it's really cool that they are adding things into the game. They added a variety of new monsters and hazards, and new bosses, and also an encore mode that unlocks after you win like a full run with any hero. Now, as this is a roguelike, obviously, as you progress, you will lose health. So each hero you pick has health, and you work your way down, and you have to sort of knock out the enemies, clear them, all the enemies in the room, to move to the next area. Now, hitting enemies can sometimes cause damage. There's sometimes environmental effects which cause damage, and also at the bottom of each of the levels there is like spikes, so if you don't land on the cushion that moves from left to right, similar to Peggle where you could catch your ball and it would class as a no loss, you can take damage there. Now, obviously, there are health and mana potions which you can hit in each of the levels to replenish your health, and there are also special abilities that can do that. I had a character whose special ability, one of them I unlocked while playing, was you activate the special ability and you gain health for every sort of gold pot you break. So I was on the levels where there's lots of pots to break, I was flying through them basically. So obviously there are these different levels, and you basically work your way through the levels of the dungeon basically from start to finish in a run. And I believe there's about 45 levels to get through to get to the end of the run, depending on it is all sort of randomized, so it can change. Now there are different ways you can approach this. There are different paths, and basically at the end of certain levels there's branching paths to split, and you can basically, if you go down one hole you go one way, go down one you go the other, and you can bring up your map at any time to sort of see which path leads where. Now obviously that's all well and good, but obviously this is like a Peggle-like game, so if you bounce the wrong way, you could end up going down the wrong hole, and instead of going to the room full of treasure you were aiming for, you end up at a boss fight. So, you know what I mean? You've just got to sort of do your best. But the game's really fun. If you're used to the Peggle mechanics and the way the Peggle ball bounce and stuff like that, you'll enjoy this. And the addition of the sort of, you can unlock like weapons and items and abilities as you play, and these add to the gameplay. Like I had a character who could smash through blocks and stuff. So instead of bouncing off them, you can activate this ability once you've fired, and it would sort of like break through things. So it's a good way to sort of plan your gameplay around it and stuff like that. Now, some of the levels do get a bit repetitive after a while, but like I say, with these additions of the new bosses and the new monsters and stuff like that, it really adds a good variety to the game. But every so often, it will feel a little bit repetitive, unfortunately, but that's just the nature of the roguelike. Now, the game features a really nice sort of cartoony art style. I like how it explains it to you as you go along and stuff like that. They've done a really fantastic job there. It all looks great. It's very easy to understand and pick up and play, but like I say, difficult to master, which is what you want in these sort of games. Now, some of the other things they have added in the new update include new accessibility options, which is awesome, including game speed settings and arachnophobia mode, because there are spiders in this game, and a lot of people really hate spiders in games, so there's an ability to turn them off, basically, so it's a bit better for you. And there are 5 new relics to unlock, and also an endless mode to really put your skills to the test. And with the roguelike stuff, basically, you get these relics from playing each of the runs, and they're the thing you can sort of transfer over to the next playthrough onwards. Whereas, obviously, your money and stuff like that, you start again every time you die. Now, it's a very simple premise. It does add quite a bit, I think, to the sort of Peggle style of gameplay, and I actually really like that. And I did wonder how it was going to work in like a roguelike, but it works really, really well, and it really makes you want to keep trying to sort of get through each of the runs. And with the ability for 3 different characters, adds a bit of variety in there as well, on top of obviously the randomized areas, the randomized sort of levels and monsters and stuff like that, really make it more fun. And also, for those achievement hunters out there are new achievements been added in that update as well, so win-win, more achievements is always great. Now, the game is available for £16.74, and I highly recommend it if you like sort of roguelike games, but you also like the more sort of puzzly style games. This is a weird concoction that sort of works. It's really hard to explain, but the combination fits it weirdly well. But that's that for this video, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and we'll see you soon for more videos. Bye for now.